Hey guys, how's it going? I just want to show you all a really a quick tip of something that I used to struggle with sometimes. So, say we have a sphere and we're gonna emit points from this sphere. And the main thing is like when you emit points and they die, you're always changing point count. So, let's see what happens when we emit a couple points off from the sphere. So we're gonna set the sphere off to scatter onto surface, and then we can add a pop force, and let's do a -5 and a little bit of turbulence, and let's do like 5 here, see what we get. So here's what we have, and then we want the particles to die pretty quickly, right, so that we can see the effect that we're talking about here. So we're gonna give them 2 and a 1 on life variance and life expectancy. That might even still be too much, so let's do it like 1 and 0.5, and there we go. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is when we look at the point counts, they are always changing. So this 1954 particle, it's not gonna be 1954 on the next frame. So what does that do? The problem is that if we set our p-scale based on p-scale, let's see what happens. So let's create a wrangle, and let's call before I do a little bit of code. I'm gonna grab a sphere and I'm gonna copy stamp the sphere onto the points. um, and here's where we have a bunch of spheres copied onto it. And if we wanted to keep the sphere on the same size, then I guess it's not a problem, right? But as soon as we start to add other attributes, like for example color, so let's do color based on an attribute, and actually let's just, yeah, CD blue, yellow, pink. Let's make this a polygon. Yellow. So just make sure use template point attributes so that we can have our color coming in, and let's see. Based on our velocity, or let's see what I want to do, like a random. Okay, so you can see our color is jumping all the way around, and it's easier to see when we do it in the scale. So we do vector at p scale, and then we want to fit our p scale is equal to fit 0, 1, and rand at pt num 0.1 and 0.5 and 0.9. So as you can see, our point color and the scale of our particles is jumping. It's changing every single frame. And to make it even clearer, let's just use a pop drag and just reduce this, just crazy amount, because I want to see them coming out at a slower speed. And then that's very clear there what's happening, like it's jumping all over the place. So this used to be really really annoying for me until I figured out, by Ben from CG Spectrum, that if you use the ID attribute, the ID is an attribute that particles automatically create. So we're gonna randomize it. Instead of the PT num, just use the ID. So as you can see, this one's not working, but our scale is working perfectly. See, so we could actually use the color and randomize it based on the ID. Or just use a wrangle, and we can do vector at cd is equal to fit01 rand at id, comma, okay, so random at the ID. So that seems to be working perfectly. Like if you look at, for example, this yellow one right here, let's just follow it from the point where it's born to the point where it dies, it stays yellow. Okay. So that's just a really cool, useful tip that I wanted to share. And thank you guys very much for watching.